thought is confidence monitors. Are these things overkill? Are they too much? Not at all. If you don't have a confidence monitor, you actually need one. Well, let me not say you need one. I would just say it helps to have one because they're actually dope. It's late night. I don't expect anybody to be on here live, so maybe I'll get straight through this. I keep getting a lot of questions about the confidence monitors, and I do a weird setup that most people don't do. The weird setup that I like to do is I actually have the confidence monitor sitting on the desk, and that sucker is sitting right here. It's teleprompter, but it's sitting up here on the desk. And so let's get you a closer shot. This is the view of the teleprompter setup, and right now I do have a ZVE10 on there. Sammy, what's going on, bro? Sammy, you are like here, man. It's on the Edelchrome setup, and if I were to turn it to the side, you can actually just see a little bit what's going on. Do I have a swivel on here? Yeah, so that is this gorgeous setup. Of course, that is the Flex Tilt Head Pro, okay? And having that on there, it's sitting on the stand one, and then there's the Flex Tilt Head. Let's get back into focus. And there's the ZVE10 with a cage on there from Ulanzi. Of course, there's a 16mm lens right here. And then also there is what I call the confidence monitor. It is the T3. All right, Desmond. And so thank you, bro. It's easy to pull straight on and off. That's what I love about it. And I use it all the time. It is super fun to be able to put this guy here and to be able to talk straight into it. And if you notice the orientation of where I'm at, I'm looking into it like right here. So I'm still able to get all of my screen up here. I'm able to see everything going on the wide screen. I'm able to use it, and I don't have to turn to the side. But here's the thing. Today, I was cutting with two people because, you know, I do have people, clients that come in the studio. And so the problem is when you sit two people in the chairs, okay, two wave arm mics, two SM7Bs, and you take two people and you sit them in the chair. So if you take a look at this, this stool right here was because I had another person sitting in his chair. And so friend of mine, Courtney, sitting over here, and Dr. Jackson sitting over here. One person's on the mic here, one person's on the mic here. And you know what? Because I am using Ecamm, right? Ecamm is the bomb. And let me see if I do have, yep, Ecamm, fire Ecamm, all right? I'll get the link up there so that you can see the Ecamm that I use. You can try it for free, okay? Trial base, and check it all out. T-Mid, what's going on? So check it out. There's two people sitting in here, and I think if I do have it, I can show just a tad bit of the example of where I'm coming from. And I think, yes, yesterday, were they still on? Let me just see in this video. I'll see if I had them lined up. Okay, matter of fact, I'm just going to drag this video on here because you can do it with Ecamm, all right? And so I'm going to take the sound. I'm not going to put the sound up there, but check this out. Okay. Right now, you can still hear me. We have two people sitting here. You have a person on the left and a person on the right. Let me put this up here so you can still see me. Okay. Are you doing the cool Ecamm text? Yes. Okay, that is out of animated art text. Okay, Sammy, so that's animated and it's art text. And so let me get the right camera here so that you can see me. Okay. Boom. All right. So here I have a young lady up to my right and my left. So those two mics that they're using, I had them sitting side by side. What was happening was when they were doing a broadcast, the camera that I'm looking in now, the lady, Dr. Jackson, with the yellow microphone, she was looking into this monitor right here. And then Courtney, who has the orange mic, she didn't actually have a confidence monitor to look in. And so if you kind of get the picture where I'm at, what was happening was wrong one. So here I am here, just pulling closer. Here I am right here. Courtney's sitting over here, and I want to put a confidence monitor there so that she can see it. So when I pull the shot in tight, where I'm here with Dr. Jackson, I can always tighten her shot and do this. But I can have another person sitting right over here where this camera frames them out, and I'm able to look straight into it. Now, the awesome thing with this is I am looking directly into this confidence monitor, and it's pretty big, okay? It's pretty big. So if I were to take this jib camera and just put it over here, you're able to kind of see how much real estate this thing is going to give me. So mind you, this is a 12-inch monitor, okay? And so that's pretty big. So having that guy and being able to see myself here, I was doing a radio show broadcast. And so my client actually was loving just looking in this confidence monitor, because as I'm looking at myself, I feel like I'm looking at you, even though I'm looking at me. And so it was easy to keep the context, especially for podcasts where you don't actually have to use the screen as much. So my eyes aren't really veering off to looking at the screen, moving stuff around. And because I was producing it on the side, when I sit people in these two chairs here, let's look at the chairs. One person here, microphone here, microphone there. Let me see if I can go back to the video. There it is. If we look at this video here, these two people are spaced out on the sides. I am going to do a cross setup, okay? Where there's a confidence monitor here, and then I'm going to do a confidence monitor over there. Now, the closest thing I have to a confidence monitor over there is this piece right here. Now, this is my A5100. It's the kit lens or whatnot, but I'm probably going to eliminate this particular camera and put another tmp100 up here on the desk. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of times people think, okay, we just spend a lot of money. But when you're building a studio, it's not about how much money you're actually spending. It's spending it wisely. So now, yes, you can buy a teleprompter that costs a fortune, but I found that the tmp100 glide gear is simple, okay? Its quality is worth it, but it's kind of big. And then there's the rig that I have here on the desk, which is much smaller. Not that one, this one right here. This is a smaller teleprompter rig where you're able to look straight into it sitting on a desk. Now, the reason why I wouldn't put two of these, one on each side, is because I do want more real estate when you're further away from the teleprompter. So for instance, if you look at this one here, this teleprompter, you kind of want as big as a monitor as you can get, because you're sitting, check it out, this far distance away from it. So when you're looking at it, you don't want stuff too small. You want to get as big as you can without going too big, and it fits nice over here on the desk. Now, this setup right here, if you look at my other video on Desview T3, the reason why this small thing works real good is because I'm literally sitting in front of it at the desk. So if you notice proximity, let me see if I can pull this here. Once again, Sigma 18 to 50 lens right here. Notice my proximity to this right here. Mr. Camera Junkie, what's going on, bro? Notice my proximity to this right here. I can just reach right out and touch it. I can literally put my face into it. And so it gives me this intimacy with the people. Let me take this movie off of here. It gives you a level of intimacy with the people that you're talking to. And so when the client is individual sitting at the desk, they can talk right into here. Now I got all this real estate up here to see different things going on. And again, I have my buttons to see what people are saying in the comments section. So I don't have to take my eyes off of the screen. I can look right in here and see Mr. Camera Junkie says, hi everyone. I can see that T-Mid says, hey, Mr. Camera Junkie, how's it going? He says, good, thanks. And that's like a feature of Ecamm where you can just see the comments thrown right on the screen. And I can do a whole broadcast just sitting here. So if I'm doing a lot of like just podcasts like talking, I'm able to do pretty much a whole show sitting right here. I'm not farting around all over the screen, so I don't have to look around. Some people will argue the fact that, you know, the teleprompter's good over there, but if I'm on this teleprompter and I'm doing something where I have to use the screen a lot, I'm always kind of like turning here. But my point with the reason why I need another teleprompter is for when I'm producing a show for somebody else and all they have to do is talk and they're talking with the people. I'm able to do a setup, and before I get off, this is what I want to do. The same way I have the light shooting here, I have a teleprompter under here. I want to put a teleprompter right here. And so I'll turn that into a confidence monitor. Now, the funny thing you may be asking me is, how in the hell are you getting the output from the computer, from Ecamm, and putting it on the prompter? So both of these teleprompters are seeing exactly what I'm seeing, is seeing the output of Ecamm. Well, you just get an HDMI powered splitter. Let's get that straight. Powered splitter. Get the powered splitter, and it's going to throw 1080p up to your monitors. They do have some where it's going to send out the 4K. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't need too much quality. The 1080p looks great. And so you just take the HDMIs. I have a triple out. It's a 1 in and it's a triple out, and then I'm going to put them all, the 3 right here. So therefore I can also do something like this. If I have the comments here and I had 2 bubbles, I can individualize the 2 people. They can see themselves in the monitor. They can see the comments and the whole 9. Okay, so I'm super excited about this, and y'all can say I got gear acquisition syndrome, but I just talked myself into yet another teleprompter setup. Now the good news is I have a camera for it already, so I'm just going to move an A6100 from across the room. There's an A6100 over there, and this stand-up setup, I don't use it that much, so I can use any one of my other cameras to do that. So yes, that's good enough for me. I'm excited about it. Sammy, you asked me a great question, and your question is, how are you switching the cameras when they are in your chair? Good question, Sammy. I'm glad you asked. So this guy right here, again, people think things are overkill and they're not. It makes absolute sense. So I had Stream Deck 15s. I got rid of 2 of them. But the thing is, I kept this one. I have an XL on the other computer, but with this one right here, I use it as a floater. And what I do is I'll just mimic what I need. Now I have a long cord on this because when my clients are in here, most of the time they don't need to power Ecamm or do anything. They just need to go live, and they just need the comment section, so I can leave them the keyboard and the mouse if they want. But for me, I just take the Stream Deck and I move it over. So I have long cords, and once again, here it is. I just take this guy and I'm able to set up all cams and move it over. Now, I'll show you my desktop screen because this is going to be interesting, how I do this setup here. Let me get in closer. I have a video on this, on how and why I use this section the way I do, okay? I'm able to take, and if I hit this front camera here, I'll just hit all cams. When I hit all cams, right, it just went into all cams. And right now on my desktop, I see 4 cameras. So I'm actually going to hit a button and show you what I see on my desktop. Check this out. So if you look at this, and let me publish this here. Okay, let's go. And now we're going to hit this button. So this is what I see on my camera. Hey, what is the Ecamm thing going up? Okay, let's get rid of that. So this is what I see in preview mode. And what you will see is the output of whatever camera that I pick. Please watch that video. For a lot of people that feel as though you have to buy an ATEM Mini when you already have multiple cam links, you don't have to do that. If you watch my video, Mr. Michael Hyatt, I think he checked it out and he was thinking about incorporating. I will gladly walk you through it again. So on your screen right now, my output is showing you 4 different cameras. I have another button where it'll show every camera in the room, but these are the main 4 that I'll use. So if I'm in preview mode, basically what happens is you'll actually see, let's say this front camera. I can have it where this front camera's output, but on my side, I am looking at all 4 cameras. I can then, on my Stream Deck right here, say, okay, the output of it. So like right now, I can hit all cams, right? And what's going to happen is the output that you see is over my desk. Right now, I see all 4 cameras. So I can take my jib camera, set it up, and I can swing it right to sizing up my desk, and you're going to see my T and all. So when I hit this jib right here, I hit that button, it's going to output the jib, and then it goes back to showing me 4 cameras. And so now if I have to, clean my beard up and fix it, I can do that off camera while you still see this right here. And then I can say, okay, back to the front camera. So when I hit that button, now it outputs the front camera, but then it goes back to showing my 4 cameras. So look, I'll show you what I'm actually seeing on my end. The whole time I'm able to select from these 4 cameras. It's the funniest, weirdest thing. And that is just a simple multi-use button on the Stream Deck to show to be able to select the camera that you want. So in here, the way I have it labeled, I can say, hey, I want to go to the A6100, which would be this camera here, the one I'm pointing at. So on my end, I would hit A6100 on my Stream Deck. It would output the full screen of the A6100, but on the back end in preview mode, I am looking at all 4 cameras still. I can literally do a whole broadcast like that. And so right now in real time, if I wanted to, I can do this. And when I hit front camera, you see the front camera, but on my back end, I'm looking at all 4 cameras. Okay. It is the dopest thing. So please don't miss that. It is one of the best functions that you can do. And it just takes a little bit of an innovative idea on Ecamm's side of things. So for instance, right now, matter of fact, I think I can show you guys a little bit better. I can show you my whole screen. Let's see, in demo mode. Matter of fact, here it is. I think I did this on a video, but I didn't know if I could do it live. So right now, look at what you're looking at live. And I'll put this right over the comment section for right now. Right down here on the bottom is what is outputting to Ecamm, right? On my live stream. Up top is what I'm able to monitor that the people on the other side can't see. So as I'm queuing up, I can take and queue up whatever I want, see it in these cameras. I can take Mr. Jib here and move this guy around. So let's just say my next shot, I want to show this T, right? I want to get a nice close in shot on the T and this new beautiful A7 IV right here in the shot too, right? I can size those up. Now notice in the bottom right corner of the screen up top, I have that queued up and where I can see it. Now, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to pick it on here and just say, hit the jib on that button. When I hit that, it outputs that only, but then it goes back to showing all 4 cameras up top. And so now with all 4 cameras up top, behind the scene, right? I can still think about, okay, what am I going to do with the next shot? So this, if you look in the bottom left of the top corner up top, you actually can see, let's say I wanted to zoom in on the microphone on the slider. So if you see where it says floater slide camera, if I pick the floater slide camera on this, if you look in the bottom right corner, I'm going to pick the floater, right? When I hit that button, it's going to output the floater microphone and it's going to go back to the 4 at the top. It's kind of like an ATEM mini hack. It is the best thing that you can do if you don't want to get an ATEM mini. And that way you kind of get the flow. And those are one of my tricks to a live broadcast where I'm kind of sizing up, okay, what do I want to do next? And I can hit the A6100, boom. So it's outputting the A6100. I'm looking here, but on my end, I can still look at and see what camera I want to go to. So all I want to do is turn that off now. So I just hit live and it goes away and I'm looking at the live as is. So now when I go to the front camera right here on the other Stream Deck, okay, I'm looking at the front camera back into this teleprompter. But I was all in the teleprompter talking about teleprompter. Let's get out of demo mode for now. And I should have a quick key for that, Mr. Camera Junkie, but I stink. nonetheless, I'm out of demo mode now. I'm back here. I'm about to sign off. But Sammy, I hope that answers your question. This other guy is handy for better control over when you have other people in your main seat and you're not on the live. You still want to be able to have some control. And two of the clients that I have, they're used to, I taught them how to use the buttons for whatever they're doing live on my set, but I need to have an override. So it's kind of like the driving school where you have a separate, steering wheel and brake on the other side in case something goes wrong. So I normally just configure this Stream Deck where I'll switch the profile and kind of mimic most of the stuff that's on here, some overlays, some pause buttons, or how to switch the cameras if something goes wrong. But for me by myself, this actually is my setup button, so that right now I can do the hack. If I hit my all cams button, let's pull the shot in. So right on here, if I hit my all cams button right now, the thing is you still see the output of this over the desk. But right now what I'm going to do is, while you see this right here, I'm actually going to take in the background and I'm going to do something real crazy. Like I'm going to switch my mic in the background. And so I'm going to line it up so I can see it. Now I'm still broadcasting where you can see stuff at, but what I'm going to do is behind it, I am going to switch to the orange microphone. So I'm going to cut it on. We have cut off the yellow microphone and we have cut on the orange microphone. So now I just put the orange microphone away. The yellow microphone away, and I put the orange one out. So now I'm going to go over here and hit front because I'm ready. I see how I'm queued up in the front, how I look. And once I push that button, there I am now. And so I can still see behind the scenes and see everything else that's going on. It is one of the best setups. Please watch the video so you can see how I set that up and did it. On there's the instructions on how to do the multi buttons. Okay. And so hope that really helps. Temporary comments. Okay. Sounds like a great workaround. 4K ATEM Mini. Yes. Listen, Mr. Camera Junkie, it is one of the best workarounds. Oh, see, I still got in preview mode. Let's go out to this and let me go to the comments. There we go. It is the best workaround. I think that it saves people money, so you don't have to blow your pockets on getting the ATEM Mini and having a whole extra piece on the side. You end up incarcerating your cameras to a unit that only spits one output, rather than have control over all of the plethora of cameras that you have into one system. It's not that hard. I actually have a element hub plugged into a T3. So everything is on some kind of powered hub. Everything switches great. You don't have any problems. I got 7 cameras hooked up to one M1 Mac. It's amazing. Please don't ever think that you have enough gear, because you can always find more if you're creative. If you're creative, you can find use for yet another piece. No, it doesn't have to be expensive. I think I proved that 1,000 times over. Once again, A6100, you know how much that camera costs. This camera here, I switched down to a ZV-E10, okay? You know how much that camera costs. This is an A6600, but from here, that's an A51. From here, that's an A51. Here, that's an A51, and boom, here, get to it. Where you at? There, that's an A5100, okay? So I think enough said on that. That's the simplicity of it all. But confidence monitor, yes, I think they work. Notice how I'm talking to you. It allows you to be intimate with the people that you're talking to. I know some people that are actually, oh, I don't need it because you're not gonna look into the camera stuff. DJ Strick is one of the best that I've seen do it, where he doesn't have a confidence monitor. Diana Gladney's great at it too. But for other people, if you have a little bit of nervousness, or if you flow better in seeing how you do, if you're a person like me that used to practice in the mirror for speech, and doing presentations, I would definitely recommend a confidence monitor. And Mr. Pelzer, the No Pro, check it out, the combos guy. I've given you options. And so no, you don't have to put a big old dookie machine up in your room like this guy right here and mount it on, you know, a small mic stand and have it up there, and the camera's in the back. See that? The camera's way in the back, and then you got to put the monitor out front and all of that stuff. No, you can take this guy right here, and the awesomest thing about this, you can just pop this front off, right? And just do like that. And you can just put you can put a little monitor right there. Please check out the videos that I have on those. And when I say it is the most dopest petite setup, it just fits right on there. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, please let me know, people. And for everybody that watches later, you know, if you hit me, I am going to hit back. So I also don't have a monitor. Yes, Mr. Camera Junkie, the A7, I totally recommend it if you get a T3, because the A7 fits right on there. It optimizes the fit. So, you know, check it out. I can't get any plainer than this. Look at this. The fit is optimized in there. And when I say confidence monitor, you can feel yourself like speaking, talking right here. And if you do have your setup somewhere in front of your monitor, where your monitor is right here, you actually on your peripheral, you know, you can kind of see the stuff that's going on. And then when you have to use your screen, you don't have to reach far, turn way over here, turn way over there, and leave your audience. You can stay with them. If you notice, Nick Nimmin actually does it. I love the way his setup is, because when he comes on in the morning over there, their time, when I watch him, you know, his room is so dope. And then when he does that camera behind him action there, you know, he's kind of like resting in here and he's talking right forward. So now his setup that I love, the monitor's dropped. So in other words, this guy right here is kind of like dropped down there. And so he's able to, you know, his camera's at an angle right here that he can just pretty much talk. But what it does is it presents for you the person that's talking to you that's right here. You know, they're right up at you. And then you have the other cameras around that you see them switch to. But what this does is it allows you to line yourself up here, and anything that you're trying to do around the screen, you don't have to reach and turn too far forward. Now for me, again, I like this. This is my favorite camera. Sigma 30mm A6100. I can look right here. If I tighten this shot right here, I can have two people in the room because the cameras are crossing. And so the other camera over there can cross right here. And so yes, I am going to get one more teleprompter. One more. Okay. And I am going to get the big setup and put it over on the other side, because in this room, I think it's just going to be dope. So 2 lights, 2 monitors there. This one in the front, I'm all set. All right, that is it for tonight. Any questions, comments, check out the rest of the videos. If there's no video to explain what you're looking for, holler at your boy, throw it in the comment section. You need some suggestions, I got you. On the other video, I put the link in on how to get this paper here, if you're willing to do the work. And I did discover a company that's just like Colorware that actually does a full custom job on the SM7B, yoke and all. But damn, it's expensive. So until then, I'll just wrap my own with some cheap paper. All right. I'll holler at you people later on. Happy New Year already. Okay. Happy New Year. Happy New Years. Okay. So whatever way you want to take it, let me just say this for the record. Either way is right. So you know what? This mic is really jacking me up. I need to put the yellow one back on. Let's get back over here. Okay. So either way, whether somebody says Happy New Year or Happy New Year's, if they say Happy New Year's, receive it. That means 2022, 23, 24, 25 until God calls you home. If they just say Happy New Year, accept it for the 22. Receive it. Okay. Let's cheer each other up. Let's stay safe. Mask up. Do what you got to do. I pray that your families are safe and all of that stuff. I'll be back on before 2022 kicks in. I'll probably be on here farting around. So if there's anything that you want to hear talked about, anything that you see in this setup, I don't care if it's from the jib to the slider. Matter of fact, I didn't keep the slider on. That guy was moving, but yeah, that camera just wants to act stupid sometimes. But from the slider to the camera, to the jib, to the monitors, to the mic, to the glasses, to how the mic sounds. Here's my screen once again. You can see in that bottom left corner on your screen my audio setup. I can show you the box or whatever if you want to know how the audio works. Juicing up the 7 SM7B. Let's not forget as well, I'll put this on a jib, I use the Soyez. Okay, I do have a discount code for Soyez. It's not a lot off, but I use the Soyez box. A lot of people will use a cloud lifter, but I like to use the Soyez box. I think it sounds much. Hey, come on. You took off the. There we go. Some people, they like the cloud lifter, and that's because that's what they were told. That's the best. Me, in my opinion, the cloud lifters, it's light, it's cute. You don't actually need it. But if you like that warmer sound, I like the Soyez. All right, people, good night. God bless you. Take care. Where's my off button? I gotta work on that, people.